Hi, it's nice to be with you guys again. I'm gonna do another. I'm gonna do another reading for the collective. I'm not gonna mention astrological signs. There's a lot of people that do readings based on astrology, and they do a great job. So enjoy those if you want to hear about like signs and stuff. This one's general reading. You can also ask questions. Sorry, I just did like eyeliner. So I'm not actually crying. It's like a cosmetics related tearing. Yes, so I'm just gonna pick some cards from 5 decks. If you have like an important question you want to ask in the chat, feel free to do so. I usually make the time to answer those. This deck isn't that talkative right now, so I'll get a different one. The types of services I offer are distance healing with a psychic reading at various lengths of time, depending on how much work you want done. And the way I work, I like to basically in one session do everything you'll ever need for your lifetime. And then there are some clients who enjoy coming back because they want to like keep upgrading. But generally speaking, one session will give you like solutions and peace of mind. That's why I bothered learning how to do this, because it's really effective. And I had a client recently who said that 1 hour with me was equivalent to 3 years of therapy. So it's, thanks to the universal energy that is so effective and so loving and intelligent that is able to solve these problems. And it's exciting to be part of that and to be witness to it and facilitate that. Just give me a minute while I shuffle. So all that information is in the box below. And my email is also in there if you have a question. Oops. You can also do like group healing and stuff. Like let's say you have a business and you want everybody to get along. Like that kind of thing. Like a lot of people come to me when they're just in a crisis of one kind or another, like usually relationship based. But I've also helped do healing on like on not necessarily new house, but like your house, or because everything has a consciousness, so it's possible to do like healing on a rock, even like a house or anything, your pet. And you can also set the energy for something to go well in the future, like a specific thing, like an event or a vacation, and you just want it to go well, or Christmas dinner, whatever it may be. Okay, I'm just gonna almost maybe a couple more minutes of shuffling. This deck really doesn't want to talk. Why are you so secretive, deck? Yeah, so I feel like the energy I'm picking up right now as I'm shuffling is that like someone kind of stumbled on a truth and it made like somebody kind of quiet. It doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It's just like resonated a lot with this person, and maybe they don't want to like show their vulnerability right now, but they know like the writing's on the wall in terms of like everybody knows it, including them, including you. And so now it's just like, how will I feel comfortable coming forth with this truth and like moving forward with this either project or relationship or whatever. So you can't be like afraid of when people like close up and become defensive. Like they're protecting something precious in that way. Like that means something is alive and worthwhile. So it's not necessarily a bad thing when people like run for cover. And everybody needs their individual process for emerging from the cocoon. You can't force it. Like if you force a butterfly to leave the cocoon early, it'll die, right? So you don't want to do that. Okay. So just wondering if I'm missing something important here. I don't think so. Okay, well maybe that's it, because the cards are just like, why are you holding me? Like, stop. All right. Okay, now I'm dropping stuff. So we have first the impossible made possible. Yeah, so it's kind of like what we're just talking about, like what I was picking up, where something that seemed too dormant or too secretive, or maybe you doubted it even existed, suddenly gets launched into your life. Like you felt like the energy kind of circulating about this issue, and you could have gone any which way, it could have gone down any road type of thing. But now it's just like, okay, I feel I've gotten the signs. The connection is just too strong now, and I'm gonna like launch out of what I was doing into your life. Like I really feel like there's been some like really serious relationship energy building, and this is kind of like the first pitch of the game. Also, there's like a figure of a woman on this planet thing that's being launched out that I just noticed. And I guess it's like the earth, it's like Gaia, like personality. Gaia is like we're living on a living being. And like whether we like it or not, we're kind of like very spiritual beings also. And if you kind of compare yourself to the earth as like a living being, or you compare yourself to the universe, or like an energy that creates universes, stuff happens that's like kind of miraculous and cool and creative and out of nowhere and surprising. And so it's like your life can also be like that. It's not meant to be just like boring and the same thing every day, and you're not meant to be stuck either. And the way to do that is to like unlock the potential for you to communicate spiritually and like exist as a spiritual being, which means you have to have like all your levels of being working. And it doesn't mean you have to be like perfect right now. It's just like you're open to receiving energy in dimensions that you don't quite understand. Maybe you're like, and the way of understanding like other dimensions is completely different than how we understand and filter stimulus like in the 3D. So it's like, of course, those tools don't work in other dimensions, so because it's so different. So the only way to like get accustomed to receiving like this beautiful kind of celestial energy that's like full of information and love and energy and stuff, it's just be open to it at first and let it kind of speak with you over time. Just like create an alliance with it. Just be like, I'm open to receiving you and listening to you. Let's see what happens. You know, it's kind of like going on a date where you don't have everything planned, but you kind of like know the person's cool. So you're like, yeah, I'm sure whatever's gonna be fine. So it's like, if you can have that attitude with the universe, like, I trust you, you're cool, let's just like enjoy this moment together, then you're gonna like understand more like all the levels of you. Like, we're multidimensional beings. That's why you can dream, for instance. That's why you can have thoughts. And we're enjoying being multidimensional in this body kind of experience. And that has some challenges because we can forget that we're spiritual. But like people like me or yourself, or you know, there's plenty of people going like, hey, spirituality is like a thing. It works for you. Like, you know, find ways in which it can benefit you. And like, some people like structure, some people like the structure of religion and community. Some people like me are more solitary and like do not like to spend time like 2 hours in close quarters with people kind of thinking the same thought. It's just like depends what you're into. Like, some people explore their spiritual side through creative projects or walking in nature, being kind to people. Like, there's a million and one ways to explore that. Like, it's not just one path. Okay, and then we have someone's texting. It's probably not crucial. Just gonna, you can look at this card while I check that. Okay, well, I'll look at that in a minute. Beyond death, life. Yeah, so I'll let you look at this card for a second. Yeah, so like what I was talking about, like right now we're in physical form, but like our natural selves is like our soul that is timeless and not restricted to space, time, whatever, and is like, looks kind of like this. We're like energy based. And so like, what is death, right? Like, the soul is like forever. It's always forever o'clock in soul time. And this body has its limitations. Like, if we abuse it and we just douse it with alcohol or cheese or like meats, whatever, like, you know, it doesn't want to like work that well. And so like, we can, you know, and all kinds of stuff can go on in a physical lifetime that can lengthen or curtail that. But like, meanwhile, we're eternal. And so it's like important to remember that like, beyond death is like our, like, you know, the show must go on, eternal life kind of thing. And what gives us kind of like more energy and support and beauty and everything else, and like gives us that kind of heaven on earth, that kind of eternal life in life, is connecting with source, like what this figure is doing here. So if we can be conscious in our physical lifetime of our like incredible, beautiful connection with the universe, it's kind of like you got it all right there. So that's what that card is recommending. Then we have Herkimer dreams. I'm constantly manifesting my dreams into reality. Yeah, so it's like your thoughts. Okay, there's dreams, which you could say are like downloads. And it's like let's pretend you're a laptop and like different files are being downloaded onto your computer, but it's like it's up to you to open those apps or whatever. And maybe you've been not opening some of these apps that are pretty cool, and you've been just like doing the same old thing. But it's like maybe you have more potential. Like, what are some of these dreams you've had? Are they perhaps things you would prefer to what you're doing right now? So you need to put your attention to those. You need to like click twice on those dreams and like really look at them and say, wow, thank you. I accept this. Like, I accept this as true, and I want this to come to me now, basically. And just assume it's already yours, like it already has your name on it. And then with that confidence, you act differently in life and it comes to you more easily. That's basically how it works. So you are constantly manifesting your dreams into reality. And it's like, if you're thinking about how much you don't have, or, that will come into reality. Like, your mind is sort of directing like what flows to you. So you have to be very conscious about like guiding your mind back to what you actually want, which is like in contradiction to what you may be appreciating at the moment or seeing at the moment. But just like you can look at something two different ways, it's like, let's say you can like not like your apartment, but then another day you can be like, thank goodness I have an apartment. To me, it's like a castle of protection or whatever. So it's like you have to change your point of view and have more gratitude, and have gratitude for these things in your mind, like in your dreams, in your heart, that you want to bring forth. So be very conscious about like where you're putting your mind, and make sure it's like in the awesome place. And we have, I don't know how to say this, Numite. There's two U's in it. Strength. I'm strong in mind, body, and spirit. So it's like, can you align like yourself multidimensionally to be like everybody's on board to live this awesome life? Like, you kind of have to be the captain of your multidimensional battalion for love and peace, right? And get your energy like unified and like focused on what you actually want, so that you can like that power that you have that is in your focus, which to the world like feels like a laser, will help give energy to like birth your dreams and stuff. Okay, there's like somebody writing something. Are you taking questions? Yes, I am. Okay, and then we have, there is an abundance of everything. Shortage is only a perception. Yeah, like I was just saying, like if you could see your like where you live or your situation in two different ways, it's like on the one hand you might be critical of things you want to fine tune. On the other hand, it's like, oh my goodness, thank God I have something at all. So you need to have an abundance mindset, like I have so much, like, and even if you don't have physical things, or even friendships. You have yourself, you have source energy, like you have the best friend in the world, which is like the universe, and that can guide you towards new friends, new situations, opportunities, and stuff. So never have that feeling like I have nothing. Like you yourself is so like interesting, powerful, creative, and just because people haven't been like high-fiving you in the road of life like every step of the way doesn't diminish how beautiful and how much potential you have, you know. So we need to like have the abundance mindset, and know that like there's abundance everywhere. There's not like lack. There's lack mentality in a lot of places, but there's an actual lack. So it's important to like recognize abundance where it is and just say like, wow, like the universe really makes people's dreams come alive, whether they might not be like dreams that you share, but you're noticing like dreams are made true for other people, and that means that they can also happen for you too if you're focused on like what you want to create and you don't self-sabotage. Okay, so then we have what do we have here? The High Priestess. Wow, the Star and the Six of Wands. See, we're getting like still a lot of like relationship-y love, like gets me all choked up a bit. Okay, so after some taking time to heal, you know, you gathering your strength and understanding like where you sit in the universal energies, and then you're like receiving this kind of love is coming in, and it's like really powerful. I'm just gonna throw my glasses on for a sec. I'll let you look at this card. Yeah, so it's like because you're so connected to the universe and grounded and really like in the zone, it's like you're like the bullseye for like good things to come towards you and relationships to like recognize you and stuff. It's like really exciting energy. It's because you've taken the time to like heal yourself, love yourself, respect yourself, and you also have taken the time to like work with and understand the energies of the universe and know like what your role is in like moving this power around. It's interesting because in another deck we got the High Priestess inverted too, but we have like two High Priestess, so this energy is like maybe from day to day you fluctuate between feeling like empowered and not empowered, and you're kind of like there's a bit of trepidation with you like really standing in your power, but nonetheless you're working with it and you're like in that zone, so that's really cool. So just like be kind to yourself under those circumstances and just be like, you know, it's normal what I'm going through, and nature is here to comfort me, and you know, if you need to take like a warm bath or just like focus on what's beautiful and how beautiful you are and where you sit in the world, like then that helps to feel more comfortable with this like High Priestess energy. Then we got like the Hermit and Four of Swords, like, but they came sideways like this. So it's like, again, there's that feeling of like, I don't know if I'm comfortable being this figure of like searching inward and like meditating. Like maybe it's a bit new to you, or like it's just not your favorite thing to do necessarily, but you're doing it anyway, you know? And so like with quarantine too, we're like forced into this like solo, my hands get so big when I bring the cards up close, this solo energy Um, not everybody's into like doing this kind of activity. Personally, I love meditating because I get so much out of it. Um, but yeah, like it might not be like your favorite thing. And maybe also like being alone and like collecting your thoughts and taking in wisdom, like maybe isn't like your number one like top hits kind of thing. So that's why they're in this direction. But like it's still really valuable time. So don't shortchange yourself with the type of insights and transformation you can go through when you spend a bit of time alone. It's going to make you much more secure in your message to people and you really know yourself. And so, like, if people step to you like on some like BS, like they're gonna know like you're not cool with it. Yeah, so you're stronger in your communication. You don't want to be like too abrupt, but it's like you've really like distilled your thoughts on a lot of things, and so you're like very direct in communication now. And you know, if your wisdom that you earned is through like spending this time alone and like through the darkness, through the winter of life, like you found like a message or a glimmer of wisdom and direction, then that's great. Then just like move forward confidently. Also, like relationship wise, the person, like the masculine energy that you're dealing with might seem kind of sharp and a little bit cold, but at the same time, like they're in your life. That's something, you know. They're not saying like I'm leaving, but they seem to have like very distinct boundaries, and that's okay. That's an okay starting point. As long as you are taking care of yourself and loving yourself up and like balancing your power, like you're going to be ready for and strong enough for a relationship, and like your strength is kind of like a good match for somebody else's like different kind of strength. It could also mean with like the two high priestess, like one upside down, one upright. Let's say there's like a karmic female in the mix, like the masculine may be learning some hard lessons in romance from someone who's kind of pretending to be like super spiritual and chill, but who's actually like just talking the talk or using these gifts like in a persuasive manner, which is like negative. So it's just like a process the masculine's going through, and like maybe they've had a bit of time alone, like enforced time alone, where they had to like think about stuff and be alone, where they gained some wisdom on like what they actually want. And so maybe now they're going back into life again. Maybe they had like a little quarantine or something. Now they seem like a bit more like sure of themselves or sharp to people. Okay, and then we have the Three of Pentacles. So that's nice. This is up right now because it was upside down before. So there seems to be in the era like some like a real relationship that's like formal, like we're boyfriend and girlfriend, or like let's be together. It's not just like casual. They want you like in their home space. You know, they feel authentic, like these people don't have clothes on, so they're just really being themselves, and they're happy to like create this like home life with you. So that's really beautiful. And then we have the Hierophant, which is also like very, it means like structure and formality to the relationship. It could also mean marriage. And also like this masculine energy is so strong that he's not like being persuaded by temptation of others. Like, sure, he's attractive and people are gonna like come and try to seduce him or like whatever. He's just like, I'm focused on my future. I'm solid. Like, yeah, I'm hot, whatever, but like, deal with it. And then we have the Moon. So maybe this solid relationship is maybe gonna start in secret. These pictures. These pictures are too much. Okay. So, like, yeah, there's a lot of nurturing kind of energy, relationship energy that happens like in secret. You know, they've got this like oyster shell or whatever with a pearl in it, and yeah, so like what happens like kind of in secret is the creation of something like beautiful. So for the time being, like this very serious relationship might be on the down low, like maybe even secret to you. Like maybe it's something that they're contemplating that they're not fully letting you know, like they're actually like really wanting to have. So it's either secret to outsiders or it's secret to you at the moment, but the energy is like really strong there. Then we have the Eight of Wands and the Sun. Wow. Okay. The Sun card's cool in this deck. And the Eight of Wands looks like a whole lot of trouble. Okay. Right. I mean, they're both really fiery energies. Like, you know, this Sun is basically a giant ball of fire. And then we have Eight Wands also. So there's like a lot of energy, like really burning up, like very a lot of passion right now. And you could see this as like too many people's passions, kind of like in the Hierophant's card, where it's just like so much like people just like, oh my god, I want you, and he's like, I want something else. Like a lot of energies happening like simultaneously, kind of mixed up together. Like maybe the masculine was dealing with a bunch of people, like flirting with some people and like leading them on to a certain point, but they weren't like his partner, like they're still beneath him and groveling. So maybe he's been seeing his energy where he's just been flirting like with so many people. And when I say he, it's like masculine energy. So if like you're female and you have like your masculine side has been like flirtatious and chatting up a lot of people, like this is your energy too. Or it's like the masculine energy in a male, whatever. So nonetheless, like, yeah, like a lot of activity going on in regards to that, but like there's also at the same time this like a lot of clarity behind like what they want to do with their passion, and it's like they want to be happy. They want that passion to be not instead of like a knot of like different intentions. They want it to all go into one ball of fire. They want this whole thing to just burn up and become like the sun, so that it can like warm up their life and become like one thing. Like I feel like one relationship, so that they can like be happy and kind of rejoice and thrive. And then we have these 4 more cards. The world. Wait, no, the Wheel of Fortune. Sorry, Wheel of Fortune. The Magician. The Ten of Wands and the Queen of Swords. Wow, so we have the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords. So maybe like, so that's like a divine couple. So it's possible there's like a twin flames type of thing going on here, equal partners, one half of the other type of thing, which is cool. And like the universe has kind of been like, okay, you guys have been learning your lessons like enough. Like I'm turning this wheel, whether you're ready or not. Like here it comes, and it's like heaven sent. So it's like just be part of this instead of trying to hold this wheel back, because like you can't. And all these songs are dropping in my head, like if I could turn back time or what. I don't know. It's like don't fight it. Don't fight this feeling anymore. Like there's like too many songs on this subject of like things are just gonna start happening. You're ready. You're ready. You know, if you think about it, you've always been ready. Like since you've been a baby, you've had certain qualities and you've dabbled and been tested in certain ways in your life, like on that theme. But it's like, when were you not ready? Like you were always ready. Okay, then we have the Magician too. So you're ready to like bring heaven to earth. Like you're ready to recognize what's in your heart, what's in your imagination, and say like, I see it, I accept it, I bring it into reality. It's like it's on. And because you've spent all this time like carrying the weight of like different passions, but it's making it hard to see your vision of like the castle on the hill, and it's like a lot of weight on you, so you're like kind of done with all of those stresses. And it's like, actually I don't really like juggling. Actually I don't like chatting with 10 people at once on dating apps or whatever. It's like, I actually just want this beautiful life. I don't want to just wander this valley picking up other people's passions, you know, where it's just going to cause these like intersections of conflict of different people's passions intersecting. And it's like, what I really want them to do is just, I'd really just want to be in the sun and be in my castle on the hill with the other, with my partner who might be a little bit bitchy. King and Queen of Swords at the moment. But here we are. You know, it hasn't been the easiest of times. You might want to like be conscious of the fact that you could be a bit snappy, perhaps, and try to take the time to just get in your zone and like balance out and feel refreshed and calm yourself down and feel empowered in your own self, so that when you do hang out together, you're not going to be like at each other's throats all the time. You're going to be like, have this independent side of you that is capable of going in for wisdom and has their own enlightenment that lights the way. Maybe that has lit the way for you to be and come back together. Because sometimes the Six of Wands is like coming back to an old relationship. But it's like you're capable of like taking care of you, empowering you, so that you can like be with someone of equal strength and efficacy. Because you want like a passionate, like sun-filled life where you're just like, yes, I'm living it, I'm loving it. is that it? Oh yeah, and then we have the last card. Well, I already kind of picked it up, but yeah. So the Queen of Swords. Okay, I'm blind as a bat. Look at this card. Yeah, so right now you're embracing like being organized and like having everything just so everything looks really clean to me and kind of at its best. It's like you've even ironed all your clothes. Like everything is really like like the water's clean, the sun is shining, your rug is clean, like and you're like, this is how it's gonna be. And it seems like you have somebody else, a perfect match that is also really into making sure everything is just so. So that's like a nice way to enter commitment where you're both like on your game and you have like boundaries towards other people and you just know what you want to create and you want it to be good. And it is like a project. A relationship or a marriage is like a project. It's like starting a company where it's like we're going to show up to work and do a good job. We're going to be mindful that we're creating something. It's not just like random chaos every day. If you're having kids and you feel like life is chaotic, just watch a bunch of episodes of Nanny 911 and that'll set you straight. Like that's like the world's greatest parenting show ever. And it can all be sorted out. Like, don't panic. There's resources and people to help you. And your job is to connect with Source and find that positivity within you and to acknowledge what's in your heart and your imagination and treasure that, because those are precious treasures that are gifted to you that you can either choose to open or double click on, like I was saying before. And if you don't, then you don't get to benefit from those energies in your life. And if you have the faith that spirituality is real, then you can experience that if you're aligning with it. So it's like, it's up to you. You're the magician, right? So I hope hope you have a really good day. I hope you got something from this reading. I enjoy my time with you. And if you need to contact me, the information is below. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.